Hello, hello. See a few people in here. Hopefully, you're all doing good on this awesome Friday. Just getting set up here, so don't mind me. Hey, Mike, I see you. See you in the chat. Where are you, man? Mm, before we get going into doing some turning, we're gonna let some more people get in here so we can have some fun today. So I'm actually going to try something a little different. So I actually have this camera set up here, and I've got another device beside me for the comments that I can look at and respond to. That way, I'm going to actually aim this camera properly at the lathe. I want to get a bit of a better angle, so we're going to give it a shot. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing good. We are going to have some fun. We're going to try some interesting stuff. Hopefully it works. Fingers crossed. Don't mind me. Just getting a couple things moved around. Okay, we are getting there. Awesome. If you're in here, remember, hit that like button. Hit that like button, and it pushes YouTube to share it out a lot further. And then if you want, you can go in, subscribe to the channel and all that sort of stuff too. That would be absolutely amazing. Really appreciate that. Hey, Don, how are you? Hope all's well. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. Oh, we're getting some people in here. This is good. So what? We're just after 3 o'clock. So maybe what we'll do is we'll look at getting going into it a little bit. But before we do, I've actually got a new sponsor that I want to give a shout out to. The new sponsor is a company called William Woodwright, but also known as penblanks.ca. So William Woodwright is, you go through their website, penblanks.ca. They have a ton of stuff. They have kits for everything. Actually, one kit I found on their site, I didn't even know you could do, was you could actually get a kit to turn your own darts for playing darts, which is actually pretty cool. I didn't even know that. But anyways, all kinds of stuff on their site, but they also supply blanks for pens, for bowls, and that sort of stuff. So they were nice enough to send over some materials, and today we are going to be turning those materials. So it should be fun. I'm gonna show you those too. Oh, Dawn, that's horrible. Injured your back on Monday. Well, if you're resting and it's going to get better, then that's what matters. So that's awesome. My fingers are crossed for you that it's a quick recovery on that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to plan to turn two things. If I have more time, maybe I'll do more. Not 100% sure yet. But they sent me a few things. So if I don't get to it today, then we're going to do this whole thing again next week. And we're going to have some fun with it. So the first thing that we're going to be looking at turning is a pen. Right? William Woodwright, their website is penblanks.ca. So it has everything about pens, but there's way more than that. So don't let that website fool you. Okay. first of all, the stuff that they sent to me, what I will say is very well packaged, paper, padding, all that sort of stuff all around it. So nothing gets damaged, which was amazing. Comes in a nice box. And a big one for me is that the blanks were actually labeled, which is really good. Not necessarily with the full name, but at least labeled enough so you can tell what they are. So as an example, this is, and I hope I'm going to say this right, but this is Amboina Burl, I believe is what it is. It's actually, it's got a really unique grain. I'll try and show this to you. And it's hard to tell because, so this is, it feels very soft. Even though, I suspect it's not, but it does cut pretty good. But it's got some nice grain and everything to it here. So I think when we do a finish on a pen, this is going to like pop, which is going to be amazing. So we're going to do this piece here. Was just, amazing how it came in and whatnot. And the really cool part I love about pen blanks is there's always a little piece left. So I've got a collection of little pieces that eventually are going to make a segmented pen, which is going to be really, really cool. So I'm pretty excited about that. Can't do any projects now, just watching videos and getting some ideas. Well, hey, you know what, Don? You're at the point that you can, exactly what you said, get some ideas and take notes and that sort of stuff. And then when you're able to get up and do projects, now you've got an entire list of them that you can go and do. So that's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Mr. Mike? How are you? Okay, so beyond that, we're going to be turning something else as well. And so this is going to be a bowl. This is sapili. That they sent over. So I've got this on a worm screw. So I've already got that in just to make it a little bit easier. But the labeling on here was really cool. Nice pretties. All the edges on this are treated with wax. It's even got a fairly smooth surface on it here too. So it's really, really nice. I'm really excited to try this piece. Now I will show you a couple other things that were sent to me as well, just so you can see them. I don't know if we're going to get to them today, but just so you can see them as well. So many of you, if you've turned pens before, you've probably seen Coco Bolo. Again, it's labeled CO, wax treated on the ends, which is, wax treated on the ends, which is great. And then this is always a fun one. This is a wormy maple. And like the same thing. And actually, this part here, that effect in the wood, when I do this one as a bowl, I'm not actually going to try and keep a lot of that. So that's going to be really neat. But the grain and everything to this stuff is beautiful. So don't think I'll be getting into this one today. I'm probably going to plan for this one next week. But we are definitely going to be spinning this one. So the grain is just beautiful on it. Some of you have probably worked with it before. So anyways, awesome material. The next test is to, let's see how it turns. I know sapili turns good. This one here for the pen, I've never turned it before. So I'm probably going to start it with carbides is what I'm thinking. Hey, what's up, Rob? How are you, man? Good of you to pop in. So if you want to check out these guys and see some of the stuff that they have, penblanks.ca, link in the description. They put it in the chat, which is awesome, and whatnot. So that's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started. We're going to turn this pen first, and I'm going to do it with a CA finish to see how it comes out. So I'm going to move this camera over. That way you guys can get a good view, and I'll zoom on this a little bit so that way you can see it better. All right, so hopefully that works for you guys. I think that's pretty good. And yeah, so let's get this show on the road. Absolutely love this stuff. I'm still like blown away by how soft this is. It almost feels artificial, which is really interesting because I mean, I know it's not, right? It's just yeah, really interesting. So I'm excited to see how this goes. Little stiff. Just had to get it past the end there a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, thanks, Mike. Lathe station. Love this thing. All right. Hopefully you guys are all doing good. I know I've been kind of absent for a week because of some family stuff that came up, but that is all said and done, and so we're getting back into it. I've been looking forward to this moment for like a week or so, or 2 weeks almost, actually. So gonna be a lot of fun. Okie doke. All right, we're gonna get going on this. Let's see if I can get you a bit of a better shot of the front. Let's see how that does. All right. And because I'm going to use my my carbide tool, so we're gonna speed up on this faster. So we're gonna go right up near the top at about 2,700 RPMs. Wow, this stuff, it cuts like butter. It really does, this burl really does feel like a softer wood. Okay, I want to have a look at this grain a little bit more. Wow, that's a beautiful grain. So let me actually I'm gonna move you guys a little bit, so that way get a bit of a better view of this one. So bear with me for 1 second. Only takes a minute to do. And here we go. All right. So you can see here, like, and you should be able to see it, but look at the detail in some of this burl here. It's really, really nice. So we're going to turn this down a lot more, but still super nice. We got 60 people here and only 4 likes. So hit that like button or double tap that screen. Really, really helps out. I really appreciate it. Appreciate that, Rob. Thank you, man. All right, let's do this. I swear, turning wood on a wood lathe is so satisfying. All right, we're getting there. Yeah, benchtop sander, absolutely. You can do that. And I mean, if a lathe is something that you're looking for, what I would suggest now, I bought a new one, but the main reason for that is because I've used a lathe before. But you can go on Marketplace and buy them used. All right, almost there. Almost there. Oh, is it expensive for tools? Yeah, that's part of the problem I find with that sometimes. Is sometimes people put stuff on Marketplace asking for like the amount of money you would pay new. So now I'm going to kind of shape this a little bit more. So this is a slimline kit that I'm doing, which is 7mm. Now me and actually quite a few of the people I've come across, they like it a little bit thicker here, which is why I'm doing exactly that. All right, so now I'm going to take one of my larger skews here, and I'm just going to use it on the back end of this to get rid of any unwanted ridges. That looks pretty good there. And then I'm going to use one of my round nose scrapers just to kind of even this out a bit. Almost. All right, let's see what this looks like. Let's have a look. Oh my God, look at the figuring in that burl. Wow, that's beautiful. And so there's some parts in this burl here where it's got little divots and whatnot, but actually the CA finish is going to fill that in. So that is no big deal at all. Do I have a preference on what side the bottom of the pen goes versus the top? So, I mean, if you're referring to when I'm carving this, so the pen is essentially going to be exactly like this. This is going to be the tip. This is where you're going to hold the pen. And then the top of the clip is going to be up here. Right? So if that's what you mean. But you can do these things in all different shapes and whatnot. Wherever possible, I always try to line up the grain so the way the pen blank comes, the grain actually flows all the way down. Because then it looks cool when the pen is essentially one piece. Got to figure out how to sharpen your skew. So get what I would suggest to that if you've got it is either I'm gonna trim that a bit. Um, Either a slow turning bench grinder or a wet wheel. I'm using a wet wheel. I'm actually using it dry, but I am using a wet wheel for it. And for me, it works really well, and I just really take my time with it. That's all. But I've also got one of the setup jigs, so that way I can make sure I get the right angle. So I know it doesn't look like I'm doing much right now, but I'm actually shaving off little bits just to try and get that little bit of contour at the end. So I'm just taking my round nose scraper and kind of rocking it back and forth a little bit. Because then I'll fine tune it with sandpaper or whatnot afterwards. Ba, 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 ba. You have neither at the moment. Well, the other thing you can do with your skew is you can actually put it in a clamp or a vise or whatnot, and you can do it manually too. It's not the easiest, but it can be done. Or if you have them for your kitchen knives, you can just use whetstones. Almost there. I just got a couple small ridges I'm trying to get out. And I've got them almost there. Okay, I think it's pretty good. Now, I'm going to pull this away. I'm going to sand this a little bit. See if I can get a bit more contour in there. So what I will say is, depending on the wood, you should probably also be wearing a respirator. But I believe this one's okay when I looked it up. And I've got my you can hear it, but I've got my air scrubber running behind me to help take care of some of that stuff. All right. So still got a little bit of a ridge. So I got to go back in there a little bit more. Just a little bit. I think that's better. And if you haven't already, if you're in here, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to subscribe to the channel too, that's awesome. That's great. I'd appreciate it. And it definitely helps it. Oh my Lord, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful piece. I've never used pearl like this before in a pen, so I love it. How much space do you need on a lathe to turn pens? Well, I'll give you an example. I mean, if we're looking at just the pen itself with the bushings, you're about 5 inches. But most mandrels are a lot longer than that, right? So if we go from one end to the other, just over 8 inches, maybe 1/4 inches, and then you could do it. All right. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And the other thing, you're ever looking for sets of tool rests or whatnot, these here I got from BM Wood. Go check them out. Awesome place. Awesome people to deal with too. Oh, you got a Wen mandrel for turning pens? Cool. So just got to figure out like what size the mandrel is. I think the a pretty common one is 7 millimeters. That's what I'm using anyway. But if you already got that, you have to look at the lathe. And so the tapers, which are the pieces that go in the ends here, I think it's, well, there, I believe there's more than two styles, but there's MT2 taper and then MT1. So you've got to figure out what taper you've got on your pen mandrel. Could be MT2. I know mine's MT2. For smaller lathes, a lot of them are MT2. And then you've got to make sure that you get a lathe that matches that. Yeah, most of them are standard. Like that's what I thought. Is it MT 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, so the 3 and the 4, they're probably for the bigger ones, right? But yeah, that's cool. Okay. So we're sanding pretty good on this. Now I'm going to be doing a CA finish, so I'm not incredibly worried about getting this super smooth right now. I'm going to do just a little bit more of a fun sand, and then we're going to start our CA treatment. And I'm actually just going to do it on here with these bushings. You need to get some bushings that go in here, like non-stick bushings. Actually, penblanks.ca has some, so I'm gonna get some from them because it'll make it easier to do the CA finishes. In addition to that, I will not do it on this piece, but I also have an airbrush, so that way I can add some designs to some of these wood pieces. So having those non-stick bushings would be great because I will use those when I'm doing the paint also, and then just wipe the paint off afterwards. So, Mike, you get your airbrush yet or what? Hey, Yondo, how are you? Amazing. 230. That is awesome. You guys rock. But we only got 14 likes, so make sure to double tap that screen. Okay? Let's blow this thing out of the water. And now we're going to move to the CA finish. So I'm going to kind of move the camera just a little bit. There we go. All right, so we're going to do a CA finish. And then I'm also going to do, after the CA finish, using mesh to get it from, 1,500 all the way up to 12,000 grit. But we're going to wet sand it to make it even better, give this nice gloss finish, and then we're going to polish it up with some wax. So going to look really, really cool. Okay, you guys will have to let me know what you think. Because personally, I think it's going to be awesome. $80 US on 6 fancy pen kits for the Whiskey Festival. Mike, that's awesome. But those are expensive pens. Is paste wax a good durable finish? So it is. Me personally, I wouldn't use paste wax alone. So this is the wax that I will likely put on top of the CA finish just to buff it and really make it shine. It's a shop wax, very basically a paste wax. It's an organic one from Bumbleshoot. So make sure to check them out too. Links in the description. But it is a really good one. You can absolutely use paste wax on it, put a couple coats or whatnot. I prefer the CA finish it just because it seals it, and it's almost, I think for the most part, it's waterproof, right? So it's really, really good. Thank you, Mike. Hey, Brandon, how are you? Appreciate it. Okay. So we are going to do this CA finish. We're going to bring this thing to life. So we're going to do, just trying to think number of coats. I'm just wiping off the dust here. We'll do 6 coats, 5 coats, something like that. Woohoo, look at that. Good shine juice is on pens. I have no idea. Don't forget to double tap that screen, hit that like button if you're in here. Really helps the channel out. The other thing you got to be careful, I find, with the CA finish is the fumes that can come off of it. So got to be really careful of those. But actually not too bad so far, which is good. All right, let's see how this is. That's about, I think it's 4 or 5. Probably do a couple more because I'm going to be wet sanding it. So, yeah, I think we'll do a couple more on here. And then we'll keep going with it. We're going to make this thing look freaking amazing. So again, this blank came from penblanks.ca. So if you're ever looking for blanks, check them out. They also ship international. I did check that. Absolutely amazing to deal with, by the way. And they do ship international too. So if you're ever looking for blanks for pens, bowls, that sort of stuff, definitely check them out. And they have about every hardware kit you can that you can think of. All right, just for good measure, even though I probably don't need it, I'm going to put one more coat. I really don't think we need it, but it's all good. We're going to do it anyway, because why not? So I want to make it a goal for this stream. If we can, let's try to get up to at least 100 likes. So if we get up to 100 likes, that would be just amazing. Mind-blowing. Okay. So it's looking good, which is awesome. So I'm going to move to the wet sanding next. But before I do, because I've got all of this CA finish on here, and this, of course, is where the non-stick bushings will come in really handy. But I'm going to get these broken off the bushings, and I just flush sand the edges really lightly, because you're not going to see them anyway. Perfect. No CA overhanging. That's what we want. Hey, Jeff, how are you, man? Hi, Kat. Friends Woodwork. Good to have you in here. That's awesome. Yes, I am making a pen from an Emboina. I think I'm saying that right. Blank that I got from penblanks.ca. So, yeah, check them out. And then we're going to be moving on to some sapili and make a bowl that I'm going to try and do some cool stuff too. And we're gonna see if it works. Once we get there, I'll show you the sample again, I'll show you the bowl again, so that way you can see it. Yeah, and then we'll get it going. Hey, Steve, what's going on? How are you? Rob Gaming, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you popping in. So if you're just coming in or whatnot, if you want to smash that like button for me, that would be amazing. Okay, so to wet sand this, I've got these mesh sanding pads. They're actually mounted in a little thing, little holder off to the side of my lathe station. I'll actually show you here so that way you can see it. So it's a little holder right here. And it's amazing because it keeps the grits in order for me. So when I'm done with the 1500, I put it back on top, grab the next one from underneath. But because we're going to wet sand, I got a little container of water. Now, because I'm going to use water, I'm going to put a towel over top of the lathe bed, so that way there's no issues with getting water on the cast iron. So we're gonna get this going, and we're gonna put this up as high as it goes. One thing with wet sanding, don't push. Just a wipe. There's absolutely no need to push into it. And you're going to see a shine come out on this thing like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, that's exactly it. All right, moving up to 2,400. DIY Woodmaster. Monetization on your account. That's awesome. Good for you, man. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get to that point, but once you get to that point, you grow like crazy. That's amazing. Rob, there is shop wax on that cast iron already. One thing I do routinely is usually once every couple of months or so, and if I get a new tool, like when I got this lathe, I always put a base wax on it just to help protect it. That way it shouldn't have any issues. Then after a couple months or so, if need be, I'll clean it down with some WD-40 and do it again. So you guys can see the shine coming through. It's amazing the difference this makes. Oh, nice, Rob. I don't know about you, but I actually find it really satisfying to redo the paste wax and everything on my tabletop. I mean, maybe that's a little weird, but I think it's awesome. Table saw and my lathe, I think those two are probably like my two most treasured tools. Mind you, I've also got a router table with the Jessam system in it and whatnot, so that's another one of them. All right, so this is the 12,000. So all color-coded too. So let's see. I'm going to dry it off now. Let's see how that did. Oh, yeah. Look at that shine. Cool. So now going to buff it with some of this Bumbleshoot shop wax. And actually on the penblanks.ca website and in some of the videos, I saw them using, I don't remember what the finish is called, but it's like a glass finish or whatnot to use after CA. So I'm gonna try, probably get some of that stuff because I really want to try it out as well and see how it does. Then put this on here and give it a minute. And then we're going to buff it like crazy. And then we just got to put it together and we're done. Nice part about pens, you can make them quick. Really quick. All right, let's do this. Wow, that is gorgeous. Beautiful shine. Okay. Let's give this a little look-see on Microcrystalline wax, brilliant stuff. Yeah, I'll have to try that one. Hey, big dog, what's going on? You've never waxed yours? Oh, dude, the waxing these does such an amazing job after. Such an amazing job. Right? Like, look at the shine on that thing. Like, it's insane. And the nice part is, so I didn't put on, like, I put on a fair amount of CA glue, but not enough to completely get rid of the texture of the wood. There's a lot of people that, they want the look, but they don't want the texture. And then there's some that are complete opposite. So I typically do a balance of both. But what am I doing? I can stay. But yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to put on my kit here for assembling pens. So again, a press kit. This is also from BM Wood. So again, check them out. They got some really, really good stuff. Oops. And links in the description for all of it. So, God, I sound like I'm making a mess. DIY Woodmaster, thank you, my friend, for subscribing. You rock. You are awesome, man. Okay. Where do we go? So now we're going to press it together and whatnot. So for this one, I chose to use a silver because I took a little bit of a guess, actually. And I took a guess simply because with this burl, it was really hard to tell what it was going to look like when it was finished. All right, so there's that piece. Now we're going to feed our pen in, or the actual hardware kit. So it says to press it in to the line, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to feed this in first because I want to make sure that it's actually going to fit proper. All right. Okay, so definitely has to go in more. Oh, Jeff, they gave you some stuff? That's awesome, man. BM Wood. I really like BM Wood and a lot of the stuff they have. My challenge is it's a little bit harder to get some of their stuff in Canada because they only sell it through Amazon. And Amazon doesn't have everything that they have. So that's okay. It's no big deal. But all right, beauty. Okay, so now we're going to take our backside. And we're going to finish this up. And then we're going to get onto the bowl. That's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. Done. Now let's put the rest of it together. Oh man, that silver looks good. Okay, look at that. Actually, let me turn this off, see if it'll get a bit of a better look, maybe. No. Thanks, Kat. Appreciate that. Anyways, that turned out beautiful, right? Pops out nicely with the pen. So overall, I absolutely love this one. So, success. So now we're going to get reset up to do a bowl. And I'll show you in a second here. I'll put some of this other stuff away because we're probably going to make an absolute disaster with this bowl, which is good. But don't want to lose anything either. Hey, Sim. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. So if you're in here and you can hit that like button, that would be helps the video, pushes it out even further, and that is amazing, phenomenal. I appreciate every one of you popping in here. It's awesome. Chase, what's going on, man? How are you? Hopefully all is well. Okay, just gotta get this set up. I'm still in love with this single-handed chuck that I got. I bought on Amazon. Thing's amazing. So while I'm doing this, actually, I'll show you the sample. So this is the Sapili that I got. So it's this is from penblanks.ca. It's labeled up here, size. Also got a sticker on the side, which is amazing, coated in wax. So it's nice and protected. Beautiful, beautiful grain. I've never Sapili before. So, you know, this is a complete test to see how it goes. Now, I'm going to be turning this with a worm screw, which I've already got in this piece. So I'm just going to lock the screw in here, and then we'll tighten it down. Not quite. Thank you very much, friends. Appreciate that. Building a toy box, Chase. That's awesome, man. Are you doing a video or anything on that? Are you going to post some pictures for people to see? That would be pretty cool. Pictures. Sweet. Cool. All right. I'm going to move you guys around a little bit for this one, just to see if I can get it to capture a little better without throwing sawdust all over the camera. All right. All right, let's see how this spins. So there was already a center in this. So I just drilled that center a little bit more for the worm screw. So it works perfect. Hey, Jamie, how are you, man? Long time no talk. Juan, thank you for popping in. Unfortunately, I can't read what you're saying, but thank you anyway for popping in. So we got 219 people in here. So if you can, hit that like button, and then you can subscribe to the channel and everything too. We are going to take this. We are going to turn this piece of Sapili from penblanks.ca. We're going to turn this into a really nice bowl. This piece is about 2.5 inches thick. I believe it's 5.5 inches in diameter. So it'd be a little bit smaller, but we're going to try. I'm going to try a couple of cool things with this. One of the things that I might do is airbrushing something into it. So we're going to see how that goes. But we're going to give this a try. Hey, Javier, turn into a beads. What do you mean? Akhtar, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Glad to hear that you are a wood master. Okay. Going to be pretty good. Right about there. Okay. For the most part, I got this new M2 Cryo bowl gouge. So I think I'm gonna round this out with the carbide, get the wax off, and then I'm gonna switch over to the bowl gouge and do the bulk of the rest of this project with that bowl gouge. Actually, 17 accounts on YouTube. That's awesome. Hello, Mary. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. All right. I suppose we'll take the sticker off. I mean, it'll chip off anyway. But it's actually really good. Like it says Sapili, it says the bowl, the round, the measurements, all that sort of stuff. So hats off to penblanks.ca, William Woodwright, for labeling this stuff nice. I got a bunch of pen blanks and whatnot before. And the most frustrating part when I got the order in is I didn't know what wood was what because none of it was labeled. It was bad. So I had to guess and use Google for that. Anyways, got it, but it was a little bit of a pain. All right. I think we are good to go. Make sure to double tap that screen, subscribe to the channel, and let's have some fun. All you got to do is double click or hit the like button too. Costs you nothing to do it at all. All it does is help out a fellow woodworker. So you do that for me. That would be amazing. You guys are all awesome. Let's get this going. DIY woodwork. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. All right, just going to get this round first and get this the wax off. I actually want to have a look at the grain underneath. Whew. She's flying everywhere. All right. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that. That's a nice tight grain. And the direction is going to look really cool because the bowl is going to go this way also. Right? Or sorry, actually, no, it's actually going to be opposite because this is going to be the bottom. This is going to be the top. So it's actually going to look really, really cool. DIY woodwork. Thank you. Speed Dave 2K. Yeah, I know. You want me to go like ungodly speed. I'm going to. I'm just rounding it. And I'm not sticking with the carbide anyways. I'm going to get it round and switch to a bowl gouge. So. But there you go. It's almost 2,000. Hope that's better, Mike. Almost there. We're getting the wax off and getting around it. Do, 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 do. This wood smells delicious. You're turning it. Should see if it can. Yeah. Yeah, almost there. Just a little bit more, it's round, then we'll switch it up. So for this, I know I'm using a carbide right now. There's absolutely nothing wrong with using a carbide. One of the things I am going to be getting that I need is a roughing gouge. So, whew. Anyways, so once I get the roughing gouge, then that's what I'm going to be using. This is Sapili. It's a wood wheel. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is a wood wheel. So, Javier, I'm not going to argue with you. Yeah, 100%. It's a wood wheel. Well, we're going to try and make it into a little bit of a bowl instead of a wheel. So, fingers crossed. All right. Okay. So now is where we're going to use our bowl gouge. And I love this thing because you have so much control. I mean, it's hot, but the other thing to mention is that there is a lot of really other good channels in here. And if you like watching the woodworking stuff, you got to check them out. There's Mike at the Whacking Shack, Ryan at 77 Rockets. For a wizard at wood turning, you've got Benjamin Winkle, so BW Wood Turning, but I think his channel name is just Benjamin Winkle now. He's amazing. He's the one actually gave me pointers on using the bowl gouge, which is awesome, and I've loved using it ever since. But there's New Beginnings. There's quite a few others in here. So make sure to go check them out. Show their channel some love. Now, the other thing is I'm also not perfect with the bowl gouge yet. I'm actually still learning this one. But it is really, really freaking cool. Additional top view would be nice. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I don't have the second camera set up. I would love to have that. But actually, one of the things that I was going to do, and thank you for reminding me, is I'm actually going to move you guys around a little bit because I'm also going to be hollowing, right? I'm going to move you guys over here, and I'm going to see if I can set this up a little bit for you guys to get a bit of a better view, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And I just will try not to block the camera. All right. How's that? That work better for you, Javier? Perfect. So now you got a bit of a side view so you can actually see me using the tool. Oh man, this bolt gouge is hot. I just sharpened it too. So still pretty good. Hmm. Hmm. 50 likes. Nice. If you haven't already, double tap that screen. We're halfway there. I want to hit 100 likes with this stream. If we can hit 100 likes, that'd be amazing. The other thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to ride the bevel a little bit on here. One thing that Benjamin Winkle did teach me, and I'm getting better at it, I'm not perfect, is if you can ride the bevel when you're actually shaping this, then you can actually get it to the point where you don't really need to sand it any either. So it's actually pretty cool. Getting there. Not perfect. Yeah, let's blow up this stream. And again, for everybody that's new in here, if you are ever looking for blanks or wood, that sort of stuff, penblanks.ca, that's where this Sapili bowl blank came from. That is where the pen came from. And they have a ton of other stuff on there. So make sure to check them out. I've got their link in the description also. So definitely check them out. All right. I'm gonna try something. I want to put a little bit of a groove in this. A little bit of a band. So now I'm just using my skew. Skew, as far as I'm concerned, is like one of the best tools to have for a lathe. I don't want to go too deep with that. Subscriber done. Friends Woodmaster, thank you. Appreciate that big time. All right, so I'm going to try to smooth this out. I'm going to try with my round nose scraper. Just a little bit. I want to try and do a cool effect. So what I'm actually going to do is two things. So oh, and yeah, board crafted what is it? Sorry, board handcrafted woodwork. Mr. Mike, everybody check him out. Mike's a massive supporter of the YouTube community for woodworking, and he's got a channel with a really cool video on it. So make sure to go check that out. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for now. So what I'm going to be doing with this this band here is I'm actually going to probably be airbrushing it And then I'm going to try something that Mr. Mike of the Whacking Shack does all the time, using a guitar string to put actually a couple of burn rings in this on the outer edges after the airbrushing is done. So we're going to see how that goes. We're not there yet, but we are getting there. I'm going to shift you guys a little more, just so that way you can kind of see you over top a little bit. Mike, thank you very much for putting those links in there. I really appreciate that. And everybody else, I really appreciate all of you for being in here. If you could hit that like button for me, that would be amazing. Oh, actually, what I wanted to do is to curve this. I just like using the big skew like this to shape it. Works really, really well. All right. So now, actually, this might be a little bit difficult with the bowl gouge, but we're going to give this a try. I'm going to make a bit of a recess. Actually, I got to drop that down. I'm going to make a bit of a recess for the chuck so we can flip it over. So, or a mortise, if you will. Clean that up with the skew a little bit. Joe Dalton, how are you? Triggs, appreciate that. Thank you. So, I'm going to actually move this for a second. I want to try something. So this live end in my tailstock that I'm using, I just got this one. But because this is such a small piece, I'm going to switch it back to my old one. Kind of a different purpose anyways. But I'm going to switch it back because this bowl blank is smaller. It's going to allow me to do a little bit of a better job with the mortise. In theory, anyway. No, never mind. I was wrong. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll keep going with this one because it's not going to give me a lot of surface area. I mean, I could do a tenon for it, but I really didn't want to do that. Mind you, I've got the worm screw in. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull the tailstock away. And we're going to do this way. So we're just going to take tailstock right off. That way we got lots of space. And then we're going to get our mortise done here. Do. All right, and because my chuck is a dovetail, Because it's got dovetail jaws. You kind of got to set this up the same way. We're going to go a little bit deeper, I think. I know ideally tenon. Ideally, you would do a piece. You would do a tenon simply because you've only got 2.5 inches of depth. But we're gonna try it this way, anyways, because that's what I prefer. Whoa, Benjamin! Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Glad you made it in. That's awesome. Oh, hey, no worries, man. I appreciate you popping in. I really, really do appreciate it. Still working on the technique with the bolt gouge, but I mean, I'm getting there. I'm getting better at it, which is good. That's all that matters. Hey, bud. Okay, I'm just gonna put this in here just because I got it on a screw, so I'd like to have a little piece to balance this a little bit. So I got to clean up this strip. And then I got to clean up the rounding on this bowl, and then we're going to do the little detail in the groove there. Chicken with maple syrup for dinner. So no, it's not really a thing. But in my opinion, I will put maple syrup on anything. I love maple syrup that much. I will let you know if I want a lesson. Like I said, I am getting a bit better at it, but I've also been out of the shop for the last 2 weeks, and for the most part, not accessible. But I'm getting there. Although, so that being said, if any of you are intending to use a bowl gouge and you're not exactly sure how to use it, go to Benjamin Winkle's channel and check it out. He's got a video on there. I think it was Bowl Turning 101. And tells you all about the gouge and everything in there. So, that'd be awesome. So, Mike, here's my opinion. Maple syrup. It goes on everything. I've even put maple syrup in coffee. And it was delicious. Maple syrup on bacon, amazing. Right? So you cannot go wrong with anything maple syrup, in my opinion. But that's me. I'm sure my wife's opinion would probably be a little different, but that's mine. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take the carbide just to the inside of this groove a little bit. I need to get it a little bit deeper. And it needs to be that little bit cleaner, and that's actually almost perfect. Because Mr. Mike at the Whack and Shack And I already told him I'm giving him full credit for this. The thing that he does, burning lines into a piece, and I think he used a guitar string too, but I'm not sure. So we're gonna give that a try and see how it goes. Barndo, how are you, man? Thank you for popping in. I'm losing your teaching sessions. Dude, that was a really good video that you did. Honestly, that was a really good video. Okay, so I still got some ridges there. I got to clean up a little bit more. That's going to do it with this really quick because it does not take long. All right. We're almost there, guys. We need like 38 more likes to hit 100. And definitely want to hit 100. So if you haven't yet, double tap that screen. Gonna sand this a little bit. Do have to sand it before I can try this. And when I try this, I'm gonna switch the camera back to over here so you guys can actually see me putting it on. So this is something I got. I wanted to try doing a little bit of airbrushing on pieces, and that was from Benjamin Winkle because he did quite a few of those things on his channel, and they were awesome. Actually, Mr. Mike Wilson, Board Handcrafted Woodwork, he's supposed to be getting one too. I just don't believe he has yet, but it's coming. Same with another video, right, Mike? All right. I'm going to be sanding this whole thing afterward too. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But I am actually, I'm going to take that groove in a little bit more. I don't like how shallow it is. You change the account. That's funny. So I could actually use my scraper, my round nose scraper for that, but it's a lot easier with the carbide. So I got no shame in using carbides at all, but I do love the traditional tools. All right, that's pretty good. You know what? I'm going to change one thing. BW bot. That's funny. BW bot. What is that account? I'm curious. Personal account. Oh, Ben, how many accounts do you have? I guess if you have a Gmail address, then you automatically have a YouTube account, right? Man, that's going to get confusing if you bounce around. All right. I don't want to spend too much time sanding, and I'm sure not everybody wants to see sanding. So take this off, and I'm going to move you guys over because I think I'm going to break out the airbrush. Don't mind my dirty garage or wood shop. I guess technically it's a garage. So don't judge. All right. I will eventually find a better system for mounting a phone or a camera. Same thing. Just here to drop likes. I appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Okay. So now what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to blow this off a little bit. And actually, I'm going to go charge up my air compressor just to make sure. So in this groove right here, I am going to try spraying in, because I want to keep it subtle, some gold paint in here. It's not going to be heavy. It's not going to be thick. I want to see if I can do it where some of the green can still be seen. And then I'm going to use this tool here. It's a guitar string, and going like this to kind of burn a line here and burn a line here. Because every time I see Mike at the Whacking Shack do it, it looks so freaking cool. So that's what I'm going to be aiming to do. And looks like I got lots of air. So that's good. So I got my little thing here at the side. So we're going to see how this goes. Full disclosure, I'm not an artist. Not at all. Like, not even close. Any metal wire? Cool. I happen to have guitar string. So I was like, let's give it a shot. All right. So let's see if it works first. Hopefully. Yep. Cool. We good. Although I will put some stuff down just to be on the safe side. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. I was gonna tape either side. I'm not taping it because I'll sand off any excess that goes over the edges. I'm not really too worried about it. Even a piece of wood, yes, a piece of wood can do it too. Actually, I think I saw Mike. Yeah, I've seen Mike do that quite a few times. I don't know if I've seen you do it, Ben. Okay. So I'm gonna drop that pressure a little bit. Running a bit too high for me. Still a bit too high. Okay, you gotta get even more drunk. Okay, buddy, have fun. I might be jealous. Well, I don't know. I like having drinks though. So can you see? You'll see a little bit of it. The idea is not that it would stand out a huge amount, but just to give it that little bit extra. There we go. I know it might be a little bit hard to see, but you can kind of see some of it there. That's kind of what I'm going for. Oh, nice, man. Red wine. I like red wine. Masking tape the edges? No, I'm not even worried about the edges because I'm going to burn the edges and then I'm going to be sanding the whole thing. So I wasn't really overly concerned about that part. So, and actually the grain's still coming through pretty good, but we're almost there. Because then we're going to turn this thing on, give it just a short while to dry. Pretty cool, though. I have to admit. All right. I'm only doing this with it turned on, so that way it'll be even. Somewhat. Ish. Actually, the gold looks really cool on here. And the cool part is because it's airbrush paint, you can see the grain of this piece of wood through the gold, which is actually really, really cool. That's what I wanted to go for. All right. So I think it's about good for that. So fortunately, what I did is I prepped for this in advance, and I've got a container of water to wash this thing out right away. That was probably a smart idea. So 69 likes, we're getting there. So if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that like button. Really, really helps out. Don't mind me, I'm cleaning this out to make sure it doesn't get all gummed up. And I think it's now clean. I mean, I'm not a paint expert, but I'm pretty sure it's clean now. Still think the wife was wrong? Really, eh? Your wife needed silver? I don't know about that. Ben, take care. Thanks, buddy. Sorry if I missed you while you were still in here, but I really appreciate it. All right. Put the cap on this. I think we are done for the airbrush. So I wasn't planning to do too much more than that. That's all I wanted to do. My main focus with this is I wanted to keep the wood grain, right? Now, the only thing is I don't know how long this will take to dry. It shouldn't take too long. Oh, Rod, I'm just looking up in the comments, guys. Sorry, don't mind me. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Rob, you've put maple syrup in coffee. That's cool. You know what else is good in coffee? Honey. It's honey is surprisingly good in coffee. Yeah. Hang on, switch it up, and then we're okay. Cool. All right. Let's.
Oh wow, that's really nice. I like that.
It is nice, eh?
Is it walnut?
No, this is sapili. It looks exactly like walnut. Okay, so it's not quite dry yet, but it's almost there. So we need to give that a little bit longer. Hopefully not much longer, though. I do not. Not offhand, buddy. Ah. So if you haven't yet, where this sapele came from, check out penblanks.ca. Awesome stuff, labeled really well, shipped really well, amazing to deal with, and just overall that like they have so many, like there's so many things on their site, and they ship internationally, which is really cool. And the prices are cheaper. Actually, the blanks that are on there, the bowl and pen blanks, are cheaper than other places that I've seen anyway. So definitely check them out. Celine is who I dealt with or I've been chatting with over there. She's absolutely awesome, but it really sounds like they all are, and that makes a huge difference. So Mr. Mike, thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. All right. I'm going to see. 70 likes, 30 more likes, 30 more likes, and we're at 100. 30 more, only 30. That would be absolutely amazing. Okay, so you know what? This is probably pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the wire now. I'm gonna put the wire over top of this, and we're gonna kind of burn in some lines. I want to see how it goes. Yeah.
Am I allowed to say an idea to the people on the stream?
What?
Am I allowed to give the people on the stream an idea?
About what? Maybe. Yeah. You have to come stand right beside me because I have the microphone here.
Okay. So.
A little closer.
So an idea for woodworking would just be triangles. It may sound weird, but they can actually be used as painters' pyramids, which can be used in builds.
Oh, you mean like cut wood triangles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would those are really handy when it comes to finishing. Oh, 100% you can. All right. That was my boy. He works out here every now and then too. So, okay. So let's see how this will do. Oh, nope. Nope, nope. Man, making me nervous. I don't want to burn it or wreck it. Yeah, hang on. Speed needs to go up. There we go. See that black line? That's what I want. So we're going to do that just a little bit more. Woo! All right, now do it. Look at that. That's what I wanted. Look at that black line and those black lines in there. I just think it's really cool. Let me know what you think. All right, thanks, Mike. Don't worry, I won't die while you're gone. Okay, so now I'm going to sand this whole thing, and then we're going to get this flipped over. Sanding this should take off any of the excess gold. So, should. Theory. Hopefully. Do. I'm also using sanding sponge. Sanding sponge is a little bit old, but I think it still works. Okay, so that is pretty good. We are definitely good for this groove here. So I really, really like that, which is awesome. We do have to do a little bit more sanding down here to try and smooth this out a little bit. So I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to try like a 120. I don't really know how I feel about doing a rougher grit, because I know it'll scratch it, and this is a rougher grit. After. Okay. All right, getting better. I know sanding, like, super entertaining. Almost there. I just got some ridges I'm trying to get out of here, so that I can move this on to the next part. So while I'm doing this, a few things. First of all, check out a lot of the amazing channels that are or have been in here. And there's quite a few. It's a really cool network we have for the woodworking community. 77 Rockets, Whacking Shack, New Beginnings, Board Handcrafted Woodwork. It actually used to be Mike Wilson. That's why I'm having a bit of a hard time remembering it, but all amazing people. Benjamin Winkle. There's so many. So if you like the woodworking stuff, make sure to check out these other channels too. Show them some love. As far as sponsors for this video, the big one is William Woodwright. That's where the materials came from. Absolutely amazing people to deal with. Awesome stuff. They're actually based out of Guelph, Ontario, Canada. But they ship internationally too, which is awesome. And their prices are a lot better than some of the others I've seen. So definitely make sure to go check them out. And if you do, or if you're talking to any of them, and tell them you heard about them on one of the live streams from Timber Designs. That would be amazing. That's kind of the goal, is to spread some of that word a little bit. Make sure that the credit that they deserve. Yeah. And beyond that, we're at 73 likes. We got about over 100 people in here, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you enough. Appreciate it. But make sure to go and hit that like button if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel because it helps more than you know between likes and subscribers. So it's all really appreciated. Wow, I am so happy I did this gold band in there. I am really loving this. Wow. Okay. Look at this. Look at that, eh?
The black outline actually looks really nice.
Doesn't it? And we're gonna put a nice finish on this afterwards. Final touch before we move on is I'm gonna sand it with this, and then we're gonna move on and get the inside done. Hopefully that's enough. Okay, and that's actually not bad. If we have to do more, we'll do it after. All right, so now we're going to unscrew this off here. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to dig the inside out. Okay. Dan, thank you very much, my friend. So actually here, I'll show you guys a little closer. So here, an airbrushed gold band with a couple of burnt rings on a piece of sapele, which is really nice, about 5.5 inch diameter. Now we're going to carve out the middle, and we're gonna make this a bowl. Have some fun. Oh, thank God. I made it just big enough. Like, just. I'm only doing about, actually, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like tightening this too much because, in my opinion, tightening this too much can actually split the wood. So, about a quarter turn, and it should be good. There we go. Look at that. Spinning nice and perfect. And now we can dig out the middle. So, I'm going to move the camera angle slightly just so you guys can see the inside there. Just enough. Bear with me for 1 second. There we go. Perfect. All right. That should work pretty good. And awesome. Should be set up so that way you guys don't fall. Which I'm happy about that. We don't want that. And here, I don't know if I'm zoomed in or zoomed out. There we go. Perfect. So this is where the bowl gouge is going to come in really handy. Now, what else would be really handy, and it won't be too much of an issue with this, is if I had one of the S tool rests. So that's kind of one of the things that I'm aiming for next. But we will see. Terry F. Hi there. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Much appreciation to you, to everybody else who is here. That is like absolutely awesome. The fact that you're all coming in to support the channel, I could not be more appreciative of that. If you could hit that like button as well. We're at 74. We only need 26. So if you can hit the like button, that would be absolutely amazing. Actually gonna drop down a little bit. All right, let's do this. Oh, whoops, that was on me. That little bit of a vibrating noise, actually my tailstock, I think, just a little bit on the table. So I'm going to move that. So hopefully there'll be a little bit less vibration in there. Fingers crossed. All right, gonna move a light around here. Give me a little bit more to see. Perfect. Should be good. Ooh, nope. Too much shadow. Hang on. All right, let's see how that does. I'm just kind of moving the light around as I go, so that way I can see. And actually, what I'm going to do with you guys, I'm going to move you up a little bit. Hopefully, that'll be a wee bit easier. Fingers crossed. This is where having something like a magnetic light is absolutely amazing. Like on a gooseneck, because you can bend it and manipulate it any way you need to. All right. That's pretty good. Let's hope it holds. We shall see. Ooh, come on now. Man, getting the hang of it. Thank you, Rob. We're getting there. We got 78. We got what, 149 people in here. We only need 22 likes. If you can double tap that screen, that would be amazing. Whew. Man, that bowl gouge got hot. I think it's dulled up a little bit. So for now, I'm going to switch it over to the carbide. The carbide's really good for this. I've always used professional or traditional tools, so I was trying to stick with it, but that's all good. All right, so just gonna recheck this, make sure it's still tight. There we go. Good. Where are we at? We're still at 78. Hit that like, everyone, if you can. That would be amazing. Right now, we are turning some sapele into I'm turning some sapele into a bowl. It came from the amazing people at penblanks.ca, based out of Ontario, Canada, but they do ship internationally. So make sure to go and definitely make sure to go check them out. Amazing people to deal with. All right, so I know I'm not there yet. Like, nowhere close. That is going to be about our depth. So we got about another inch to go. So we're good. We're in good shape. All right, let me wipe that off. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's keep going. Actually, before we're doing that, adjust this a little bit just to kind of spin it in here. How you doing over there, buddy? Good. Oh, wow. Cool. My son's over there carving a bird. Oh, whittling a bird. Sorry. No. Huh? No, it's not easy. I will say, this sapele actually it cuts real nice. I like it. I will definitely need to look at getting some more of this stuff. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe sapele is African, an African wood, I think. Ish. What's that, bud? You believe it's African? That's cool. What's that? Not really known. It's just exotics are fun. Awesome. 78 still. You got 137 in here. So do me a favor. All you got to do is just double tap that screen. And it helps out more than you can imagine. And I really, really appreciate it. And, I mean, you can subscribe to the channel too. If you like stuff like this, I do try to do a wood turning live. And there could be other stuff that I actually do in lives. I have been giving that some thought. But I am trying to do this once a week right now. Oh, that was me. All right, we got to see where our depth is sitting. Where are we at? We still got just under a quarter inch to go. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I mean, if you have an opinion, let me know what you think. Was gold the way to go for the band on the outside? Or would it have been better to go silver? Mike Wilson said that silver would have been better. My wife had said gold. I typically don't do colors for a reason. So oftentimes I will make sure that other people pick any colors. This time, as well, just like most times, I went with my wife's suggestion. And I mean, so far, I do like it. What's that? Sure. Just, yeah. Sorry, guys. 1 second. I'm going to turn that off for a minute because I'm going to show my son something. Okay, so if you're sanding the black off, you have to hold it, or this sander will push it away. It'll fire it that way. Okay? And it doesn't take much. Okay? All right. He's using the oscillating sander, so. Sure. Yeah, try it yourself. Just don't let your fingers touch the sandpaper. Very worst case, it throws the piece across. So he's doing good with all the tools, which is awesome. All right, what are we at? Oh, we jumped up one. 79 likes. That's amazing. Just 21 more. Come on. Double tap that screen. All right, let's double check our depth. We are like 1/8 of an inch away. So I'm going to scrape. I'm going to scrape a tiny bit more away from the bottom.
I'm being very careful right now, not thin out the sidewalls too much more, only because I've got that recess on the outside. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't hit it. 1 sec, bud. 1 sec. Hey, Mike, you made it back. Awesome. Johnny, what's going on, man?
How are you? Perfect. That's cool, buddy.
All right, I'm going to stop and check this because I don't know how much more I want to push it. Oh, Johnny, you're driving home from work. Beautiful. Just make sure you're not staring at the video and you're staring at the road. But you can definitely listen from a car. That's cool, man. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Man, I still got like a 16th of an inch that I can go. So, in depth. Whew. What? Oh, for sure. Go shower. 83. Let's get to 100. Got 83 likes. No chatting after that. Sounds good, Johnny. I could appreciate that, man. Gotta be safe when you're driving. Regardless, man, I still appreciate you jumping in here. So, over the last week or so, I was kind of absent from a lot of stuff for a little bit because I had some unfortunate family stuff that comes up. But it is what it is. We're not going to get into that. But really cool thing over the last couple of weeks is one of the things that I got to do was to drive a Mike, what's going on, man? One of the things I got to do was to drive a brand new top of the line Corvette Stingray convertible, yellow with the black stripes, like a ZL3 package or something like that. I got to take one of those things out for a spin, and oh man, it was so much fun. It's the first car I've ever seen because of course I had to put it in sport mode and test it out and see how it did. And it measures G-force, and I thought that was freaking hilarious. I had never seen that before. Right, Mike? Like.
yeah. Let's finish that sentence. Oh my God, such a beautiful car. Now, don't get me wrong. Price tag on it is ridiculous, right? So, would I ever own one? Absolutely not. But was it cool to drive one that I didn't have to worry about paying for? 100%. So it was just that was something cool that I got to do. And I really enjoyed it. So it was a lot of fun. Anyways, I'm just turning this a little bit because now going to get to the point of kind of finishing this up, sanding it, and then we are going to put a finish on it. It is beautiful. So we are going to use, because I still have some, the Binuba Wax, which is a hard wax oil finish from Bumbleshoot. So make sure to check them out. Right? Not at all jealous, right? I'm jealous of that car, and it's in my own family.
How am I going to add the eyes?
I have no idea how you're going to add the eyes. What's that? Probably. Okay. Before I sand this, and maybe I'm just being a little bit overly cautious, but I wanted to make sure that chuck's tight, and it felt like it did loosen a little bit. So I think I'm glad I did that. So now we're going to sand. Ugh. This is a more aggressive sandpaper than I'm starting with. So this Sapili and the pen, and those of you who didn't see it, I'm going to show it to you at the end again. Don't worry. These all came from. It all came from William Woodwright. Sorry, William Woodwright, or the easiest website in the world for anybody who's into working, which is penblanks.ca. And absolutely freaking amazing to deal with. So definitely check them out. The pen was an Amboina burl. I think is that right? Did I say that right? Okay. And I like cool stuff with these guys. Like everything, it all came in labeled. I knew exactly what it was. It was packaged really good. It shipped fast. Right? So absolutely amazing. And they ship international too. And go on their website, that penblanks.ca. Mike, thank you for putting in that in the chat, buddy. But go to penblanks.ca and you will see the amazing selection of kits that they have. It's crazy what they have. All right. Okay. It's looking better. Let me see if maybe I can move this a little bit more, give you a bit of a better view of the inside. What I'm trying to get rid of, and this is the one thing I hate, is all the lines on the inside. I always get those with carbides. Always with carbides. That's why I like the traditional, because I can get around that by using the taper on the tools to essentially finish it. Oh, yeah, going down the rabbit hole, it gets expensive. Oh, 100%. So, like, the stuff that penblanks.ca has, it's good. So, like, the blanks and everything, they're really reasonably priced, which is amazing. And some of the kit stuff, too, but naturally, because